Hey everybody, happy Monday. As everybody knows, yesterday was House of Dragon. So we're going to do a review, reaction, kind of get first impressions. Hopefully, like I said, by the end of the season, I would love to do, so I'm going to do a character ranking. I'm going to do a episode ranking to kind of go over everything, just to see how this really plays out and, you know, will stand the test of time. So, we'll say, without further ado.
For Viserys the Peaceful, our sovereign.
Better name than Brandon Broken.
Our friend.
Let's be honest.
As Lord of the Seven Kingdoms.
Then we may proceed now with the full assurance of his blessing on our long-laid plans.
Yes, there is much to be done, as we've previously discussed.
Wait, what?
There are two among the captains of the City Watch that remain loyal to David.
So just everything's good.
Them. Lord Lannister.
What?
The treasury is well in hand. The gold will be divided for safekeeping.
Let ravens be sent to our allies, Riverrun and Highgarden.
Am I to understand that members of the small council have been planning secretly to...
There was no need to sully you with darkling schemes.
Who are you?
I will not have this. To hear that you are plotting to replace the king's chosen heir
Right.
with an impostor.
His firstborn son is hardly an impostor.
Hundreds of lords and landed knights swore fealty to the
That was
princess.
Right.
20 years ago. Most of them are now dead.
You heard the Lord Hand, plot or no. The king changed his mind.
Who are you
I am
to be
6 and
talking
7
this loud?
years
With some...
old. I have known
He's
the
part
king
of it
was well
too?
last night, by all accounts. Which of you here can swear that he died of his own accord?
Which of us are you accusing of regicide?
You, random guy.
Whether it was one of you or all of you, I care not. I will have no part.
Yo, Kristen, he's a menace to all of Westeros. He has anger issues. Is this really still because of this one night stand? Look at him rolling out.
Your cloak, Sir Kristen.
To now. Because that's OD. Now this man is really... Is he... He's dead.
Commander in...
I can't with him. I can't with the Lannister guy.
Storm's End is of concern.
Yo,
We
got
may
it.
not assume the loyalty of Lord Boris, but he has 4 daughters, all of them unmarried. The right proposal...
What of Rhaenyra?
The former heir cannot, of course, be allowed to remain free. And
Yo, they just really just
caused
called her
fair
the former
play.
heir, like, is whatever.
You mean to imprison her?
She and her family will be given the opportunity to publicly swear obeisance to the new king.
She'll never bend the knee. Nor will Daemon, which you know.
Right.
You plan to kill them.
Are you surprised, Allison? Yo,
And
Kristen...
all here accede to this.
Your father.
Take your knights to Dragonstone. Be quick and be clean.
Are you just gonna kill everybody? Yeah. Yeah, that's trash.
I am Lord Commander of the King's Guard. I recognize no authority but the King's. And until there is one, I have no place here.
Yep. Yeah. Kristen could never. He could never. He really think he doing something. Like, he's so honorable. Ugh. Stand over that dead body you just
It is
killed.
our fate, I think, to crave all.
Really supposed to believe that
Dragon's not to be found
Viserys
in the
just
castle
died just
anywhere.
normally. It
Your
just,
father has sent Sir Eric into the city to find him.
So Eric knows Aegon, he has the advantage. I trust again to you, Sir Kristen, and to your loyalty. Aegon must be found and he must be brought to me. The very fate of the Seven Kingdoms depends on it. Everything you feel for me as your queen.
not fail you.
He loves her.
I'll come with you.
Right.
And I'll follow.
Kristen.
He said time to get it wet. Every woman is an image of the mother, to be spoken of with reverence.
Ain't you the same one that was talking about Rhaenyra's sideways out your mouth? That Allison had to correct you?
Misplaced our drinking companion, and knowing that he has been in the past a patron of your...
I was like... Maybe Daenerys had a point. Maybe Daenerys had a point. King's Landing is kind of ghetto. This is mad ghetto.
About 10 years, I should say.
What is this?
They have them roll the nails and file the teeth. Makes them more formidable. Prince Aegon spends many a night in this place. Do you see now what he is?
He's sick.
They come looking for him.
Where's the prince?
He is safely tucked away.
Ooh, that eye twitch.
I want an end to the savage use of children in Flea Bottom.
Hey!
They're forced to fight.
I like that.
You gold cloaks take the bribes given them to look away.
That's real.
An obscenity. Either tolerated or ignored by the crown.
I like
look
it.
into it.
Okay.
You have my word.
They really just found him. Lord Jesus.
Where is the white worm?
She sold you for a price.
And why have you paid it? I want my mother.
My
Grandfather the
puppy.
Hand will meet you outside the city walls.
Goons.
I do regret this, friend.
Avon is a goon. Like, I'm not no part of this.
I was hoping you disappeared.
Is our father truly dead?
Yes. And they're going to make you king.
Ask yourself, I wonder how it is that your father, the Hand, found Aegon first. There is a web of spies at work in the Red Keep. Along its threads travels news of all our doings. Your father knows this, but has left it in place. More than once it has proved advantageous to those willing to...
Oh no, he's dead.
Is
he selling secrets for a fee? Oh my... No. Having the decency and whatever. Oh, I don't like feet. I don't like feet. Oh. Oh my gosh.
The little spiders is your lady in waiting.
And he's like
Talia.
staring at it.
You are more like her. Even I do not know their number. There is one way to destroy his advantage. It must be taken out at the head.
How do you even have that conversation with somebody? Like, hey, I
The
got.
queen
Can
dies,
I get your
The
feet?
bees fly without purpose. Begging your pardon for the turn of phrase, Your Grace.
I assume this task falls within your expertise.
If you wish it, it will be done.
No wonder why she's so tired of him. Because she be showing his feet all the time. And she be lying to Kristen like, oh, it's just because he blah, blah, blah. Real unstable.
And protector of the realm!
Is this Joffrey?
Aegon the king!
He kind of liked it that like his granddad was bowing to him. See, look his eyes. He loving it. Oh yeah, he love it. I guess. That's a whole child. Oh, it's gonna be ghetto. Otto loving it. He loving it. He really act like he just went off from a war or something like that. Boy, you got it stolen from you. You got it stolen to you. And you didn't even want it. Oh. Oh, it's regular people. Like, it's the lack of care of the King's Landing people. But then they also let little kids fight. I don't know. That's a baddie right there. Yes! Okay, with the armor on! That's a baddie! Yes! I found her!
Open the doors!
Yo, hit him with the Drakkar. Just end the whole show. Drakkar, as near as is if we know how it's a show. She could just burn them and call it a day. And just call it a day. This is it. Yes! They should give him at least a little heat. A little hot breath. Something. Yo, ain't gonna believe he peed himself. He peed himself. That's more people just died right there. More people just died. She killed at least solid 100 people. Minimum. So, we're back at it again with my... still learning the sides. With my handy tier maker. We're going to go over some of the characters from episode 9 of House of the Dragon. Kind of good way to round out, general feelings, thoughts, and opinions. See if any, comments or, counter arguments to things I say, comment below. Let's talk about it. So, first would be Aemon Targaryen. And he was S tier. There's nothing really this man can do that is wrong to me. And that's really sad. But he's a great character. Only thing I think is negative is that he just looks so much older than his brother. But I think it's just genetics. It's just a genetic situation. And of course, maybe the actor is older than the guy who's playing his brother. But I love him. I love that he's not just... He's so more complex than, you know... I'm realizing, like I said, I really think, you know, Alicent's kids are going to have a big part of this whole story versus more so Rhaenyra's kids, because we're getting so much complex emotions, complex storylines. You know, you have this obviously love and duty in support of his mother and his family due to it being inflicted by his mother, saying, you know, you need to worry about your family more so than others. But then he wants Aegon to be gone. He wants him to disappear. He doesn't want them there. So it makes it a little bit more engaging for us as viewers, because he could be a wild card, could not be a wild card. He could ride very hard for Aegon and support him. He could turn to Rhaenyra. He could be a, you know, anti-hero, just kind of neutral and just causing problems. Which I feel like only reason why I don't think he'll be neutral, just because I feel like the neutral party right now is probably going to be Lara Strong, just because of the fact that he's already playing Alicent and Otto against each other. So I can't see them having like multiple neutral characters, just because that's kind of like very... Well, I mean, they could do like a Varys and Littlefinger situation. Varys was very much neutral. So, I don't know. That would be very interesting if they decide to do something a little bit more along that lines. So the next one, it would be Rhaenys. I'm going to put her at a B. And the reason why is because she killed about 100 to 200 people a day. Like... We have to accept the fact, like I said, doesn't make her... It makes them gray characters. I think all the Game of Thrones characters are very gray. And Rhaenys, she needed a way to escape. And it just led to people dying because she escaped. But the thing I have an issue with is... You couldn't wait till that night. Like, after the coronation, you had... I mean, I guess it was the urgency was on the matter. But it makes Rhaenyra's team already looks worse, because not only now they're gonna look like conquerors, they're also going to look like conquerors that killed a bunch of normal people to usurp the throne. It's just not a good look for her. She's very much higher thing overall, but just in this episode, her actions just doesn't look that great. Aegon, oh my gosh, Aegon Targaryen. He's actually like I said, I'm slowly starting to like him more, just as a character, because he is more complex than I thought he was going to be. And now it's a believable belief. Like I believe we're waiting. Now I think his actual Targaryen coin that Game of Thrones likes to use, I think it finally has flipped. And I'm very interested to see next season where it lands. And I really think he's... And probably the most logical answer is he's going to become an evil king to justify Rhaenyra really going into... I would love to see maybe he's just a neutral guy. Like, probably like a bad person, but a good king, versus like his father, who was a good man, horrible king. I would be very interested to see him actually like a general, like, good king. But I can see him, obviously. Hopefully they don't go into the trope of he is Joffrey number 2. I mean, it'd be very easy for them to do, because they are getting like having that grungy look and things like that. But I don't know. I hope it's a little bit different. Just because we had that. I'd like to just give a shout out to my man here, You can't really see him. Lord Bigsby or Big Weatherby or whatever his name was, the one that died from Sir Kristen. Shout out to him, because he was the only one who had honor. Like him and the three lords that tried to, have honor. They was the only people who had honor. I just where everybody else was just doing their evil deeds like for all these years. It was just I think the small council scenes shocked me so much because they were just so calm with what they were doing versus this guy who was like, what is going on? Why are we doing this? So, love him. He was a standout. Eric with the E, Eric with the A. They're like solid B's. Like, I like the little drama they have, especially, it's so easy in television for twins to be like, same mind, like, talk to same. And so, like, you see that they're obviously going to have different opinions. One is obviously going to go with Rhaenyra. The fact that he let out Princess Rhaenys, he's going to Rhaenyra's side. So, hopefully, maybe now that we're slowing down in the pace and we're starting to get our actual team players of the show, maybe we'll get a couple more insight to them, because I think they really are able to tap into more of the street level Game of Thrones and how these choices that these characters make affect more of the smaller people around them. So I'm really excited to see him and his brother, well, whoever. Yes, right now I think they're the same person, but they're going to obviously become their own person because they are separate, have separate opinions about what's happening in the usurpation of the usurper Aegon. So I don't even know if usurpation is a real word. Probably not. So I'm gonna say that Aegon usurping Rhaenyra. Before we get to the big guns, let's also do the old Lord Commander. Loved him. Wish we could have more of him. Only thing is, I'm still kind of like, I don't know if he went to Rhaenyra, and if he went to Rhaenyra, cool. I think he's a cooler character, has way more honor. However, he really said the lines of, once y'all can find a king out, I'll start doing my business. So he can go either way. And I don't know if he's actually like a loyal guy as to compared to, say, the other lords, as to more he's loyal to the king. And right now there is no king, but technically Aegon was anointed king that afternoon. The next day, that morning. So is he like back on the king's guard? But he might leave though, just for the fact of they made Sir Kristen his new commander, and he probably is like offended because that's supposed to be like a longevity thing, and for him to be stripped of his title, I can see him leaving. Which kind of gives him the same story of what was it, Sir Barristan, Barristan, the one that fought with Daenerys. He lost his position as Lord Commander. He had a little bit more honor. He left to go with the, fighting against, fight with the Conqueror. So maybe they're gonna give him that storyline, because from what I was told, he has a better Selmy. Like, he didn't die as early as he did in Game of Thrones. So maybe they're gonna give it to this guy to give him a bigger storyline in the next season. So that'd be cool. So now we got the heavy hit. Well, no, and the last one, this man Tywin Lannister. I thought I was gonna hate him. I really did. And he was the funniest guy in the whole small council. And just to let you know, the reason why the small council members aren't here, one, because I couldn't find a picture, and two, they were in a trash can. They were all trash. Especially the one guy. Who was the one guy that was right off of Allison's left? He was just running his mouth, and I thought he was nobody. He was literally nobody, but he was running his mouth like he was somebody. I didn't like him. So, but Tywin, funniest character. I love that they kept the consistency that he does not like gross things like blood and guts. From when Rhaenyra came back after killing the boar, and he was so disgusted, where Harwin Strong was into it. And now when them killing the other small council member, and then the Kingsguard about to fight, he just slid off because he was ew, This is not me. I hope he gets a bigger role. And this seems like he is, because, you know, at first he was just like a random quarter for Rhaenyra, and now he's like on a small council. So, and it seemed like he was like one of the main people. I think he's charged of the treasury. So he's obviously been very knee deep in what's going on in King's Landing. So I really hope he stays around. Then the White Worm. She's a C. One, I don't like her accent. I don't like her accent. Two, I don't know what they're trying to do with her. Like, is she just a general spy? In general, like, she's a general spy. Did she die? Like, I feel like they just like kind of dropped her in, and like they don't know yet what they're doing with her. So hopefully they kind of like flush her out. She's not memorable, even though she has like a very pertinent part of the story, which is having the prince. But she's forgettable. Like, it could have, honestly, that character could have been done by Jane Doe number 5 and the same outcome. Like, not that memorable to her scenes that she was in. So then we're gonna do my boy Christian Cole. He trash. Like, he's the definition of hypocritical as a character, because it's the whole fact that he was talking to Aemon about how we need to respect women and talk to them with grace, that, you know, as if they're the mother from the 7. But then he was talking trash about Rhaenyra so bad that even Alicent had to tell him, chill, my God, like, you're a hypocrite. He really thinks he's like this proudful knight. He think he in medieval Sims or something like that. Like, he really doing something. He's just trash. I hate him. I hate his character. I hate the hypocrisy of his character. I hate that he had that smug look when Weathersby left, you know, his position as Lord Commander. Like he, you know, I'm just the best thing. I hate that he was hovering over the dead bodies. I think he's like partially a psycho killer. I hate that his whole claim to this whole drama is because of one night stand. It's just like can you imagine somebody, like, you did like one thing to like hurt them, like, and they just make it their life journey to get into your opposing family's good graces just to mess with you. Like, he's so and like I don't like him. Now Larys, I wish I could put him in a fiery trash can, because that foot seam was the most disgusting thing I ever seen in my life. I wanted to cry. I'm gonna give him an S tier. Hear me out. He's an S tier because how intent. Like, at first I just thought she was chilling with the feet. Like, I thought she was chilling. I was just like, oh, that's kind of weird. I don't like feet. I don't like feet being shown. So I was kind of like, But then, like, you see when he was talking and he was staring, like, not at her but at her feet, and then you realize, like, oh, this is feetfinder.com live. Oh, this is Game of Thrones Feet Finder, and then it just starts hitting you, and then he started doing this business, and then you're just like, oh, we doing this, okay, all right, bet, all right. And the fact of he's playing daughter against father, he's playing on both sides. I like him and his nasty feet. Like himself. Now the High Towers. Now, people may not like me for this, but I think Otto is another S tier character. Alicent's a D tier character, and here's why. Alicent is like Kristen. She has this crazy delusion that she is this like great person and she does nothing wrong. Compared to, and Rhaenyra has all these evil things she's done, and she could never be her. But here she is, like, her biggest concern. One of her biggest concerns was that, Rhaenyra was, cheating on Lenore and having this other, children with someone else other than Lenore. And here you are having a whole foot sexualizing relationship with Lara Strong, which I'm pretty sure has been going on for years. That's probably the reason why she's been staring at him all crazy, like in the funeral. Not because he's a new Heron Hall owner. It's probably because she's been giving him feed all this time. So you're not innocent as well. And I just hate that delusion. And two, I need her to get a grip herself and just be hardcore green. Like I just, in her head, she really thinks that she can just go and send some terms and conditions to Rhaenyra and we're gonna be good. And then that's not how the real world works. It's not. So why would you? She just, whereas her father, he's S tier because his father knows what's up. And I honestly hope they really play on the fact of that Otto is a people person and he knows how to people please. And that's what they've been kind of hinting at that. That's how he got Alicent to where she was, because he knew Viserys and he knew people. That's how he was able to get Daemon on these, to do these, go off and do these things, because he knew people. So I really hope that they know the fact that him and Alicent are not on the same page is going to really help his character, because I feel like he is also going to have the ear of Aegon, and I wonder if he's going to lean into the fact that Viserys and Alicent didn't care for Aegon as a child or as a person, and use that to get for Aegon to do the things that he wants to do versus his mother, because his mother has not treated him nicely. So I'm pretty sure if Otto said, "I'm proud of you, son," or "proud of you, my boy," Aegon might just do whatever he wants. and also he's still the hand. So I'm very interested, and I'm still very much interested in the why with him too. I mean, I guess every family wants glory, but I still would love to wonder. I still would like to know, why did he decide to play with that flame? I don't know. That's a very complex character, but I feel like he's very straightforward and he knows the things he has to do. He's just a man about it, and he's like, nope, we got to do X, Y, and Z. And he's told Alicent this from day one. He said, "Hey, Alicent, if Rhaenyra takes the throne, she gonna have to kill your sons to keep her claim." And now, obviously, now they're giving the throne to Aegon. She's like, "Oh, we're just gonna give it to Aegon and let Rhaenyra live." And he said, and they're like, "No, because if Rhaenyra is alive, people will always claim behind Rhaenyra, a woman who thought she was going to be queen after 20-something years, and you just think that you can just send her a quick email or Raven and be like, hey, well, you're not doing it, but please be cool, love you, girl, bye." Like, Jesus. I think she thinks it's a game too. Like, I agree with Otto. I think her and Kristen are playing medieval Sims, and Otto's playing the real world. So, sucks to suck. I respect him. So, but like I said, this is my kind of ranking right now. Then when we do season 10, we'll do season 10 characters of how they were in the episode. Then we'll do overall ranking of their full season, how much I like them, because like I said, some of these people, how they act in this episode might be completely different and where I rank them overall, their whole character arc of the season. And then we'll do season arc of rankings and wherever each episode stands. So stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Do you agree with this? Do you agree with this tier list? Do you? Because I do. I believe with it with all my heart that what I'm saying makes sense. So, again, I can only use what I can use, and I'm willing to go back and forth with somebody because I will die on this hill. So, all right, y'all, we're gonna head out. Peace. I'll see y'all in the next video.
Vale, vale.